Privyet, and welcome to Critical Strike, episode 108. I am your host, Ivan, and with me, as always, is Josh.
Yes!
And Billy.
Good job, Cal.
That was so good.
Does Nancy make you talk like that in bed?
No.
She
Really?
will now.
Yeah. Kyle, you said that was your special voice.
How dare you bring out Ivan?
That was so good. I love it.
really was,
That's
Kyle.
happening every episode now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I can do one in a New Hampshire accent.
All right, do it. Meow. You're a cunt.
I
Just
see
a
you've
small one.
studied the Nebraskan.
Yep.
What?
Actually, he could brush up on the other New Hampshire and start throwing axe wound around.
Wait, so me yelling "you're a cunt" is a Nebraskan?
Yep.
Okay.
Not really. That word's not used very much out here. I picked that up from you East Coast pricks.
Really?
And we picked
Yeah.
it up from the strains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
use
It's not proper.
I use that word a lot.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, actually.
Right under meow.
Right under "you're a twat."
Okay.
So, gentlemen, we're here doing another show after our Game of the Year episode.
Yes.
And the
Yes, we
music
have.
episode.
Yes.
That, by the way, folks, I am no longer allowed to do. Bill announced to me tonight he hates.
I don't think that's in any way what I said.
I fucking do them. He doesn't count. He's only been on the episode for a year. You got seniority.
I got seniority over all of you. I have the say.
Yeah, you're kind of the boss. Massa.
So, gentlemen, what's up? How you doing?
We're both sick and it sucks.
All the six. Nah, I'm on the mend. I'm about done with it.
Dude, you've been sick for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah, it was a good 2.5 weeks. It was a bitch.
God damn, that's how long it fucking lasts?
This one did.
God damn it. I have the... people in my office have the same thing and they've been sick for weeks, so this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world. I promise you that. Could be worse. You could have had Josh, where all of the other things that could have get sick. That's what happened to Josh.
Yep.
Yep.
I had the vomits and the shits. Yeah. So here you see me running past the operations manager at work.
Were you playing toilet roulette?
No, that wasn't that bad. The vomiting was.
No. Toilet roulette is you don't know which end it's going to come out of.
No, well, yeah, I guess. There was one point. See, I rarely ever talk about myself on the show.
Except when you have the shits.
Yeah.
Except when it's as gross as I can make it.
So there was one.
Did I tell you guys about the fucking boil I found on my back last week?
There was one where I was like, oh man, I gotta sneeze really bad, but I don't know, if it's gonna cause anything else. Everything else is feeling really good, so I'm pretty cool right now. So I was like, I'm just gonna sneeze. Fuck it. And I'm like, oh, achoo. And then at the same time, loaded pants.
Oh, really?
You shit yourself?
Oh yeah, dude.
Wow, I wonder if this will
that
make
is
the
fucking
cut.
terrible.
So it's like the pressure changed in my body.
How does it feel to be a grown man and fucking just completely unloading your pants?
I couldn't help it though, I'm sick.
Were you at home or were you at work?
Home.
Oh, that sucks. It would have been so much better if you're at work.
Boss, I gotta go.
I just shit myself.
What is that smell? I gotta go.
I know you've been telling me to eat better, and that's why I have a shitting problem, but I literally shit myself, and I don't want to hear about it right now.
I shat in my pants.
So yeah, that's I had
Did any of your other people in the house know about this yet?
no. Not
Were
at
they
all.
like, why the fuck are you washing just your boxers and pants right now, Josh?
No.
I love how that's not a separate line in the outline. There's normally like the Carl's list of unfortunate events. Bill, what dumb thing did you do this week? There should be a large red banner that says, I shit myself. So I could have prepared for this a little bit.
Well, here's the thing, Bill. I never talk about myself, ever.
I thought you were going to go the fucking other way. Like, you're going to go sneeze, but you actually vomited instead of sneezing. So you had your mouth over your hand, and it's just
The
vomit
fucking
came
exorcist.
Nope.
Funny story, Kyle. Puking ham sandwiches is not awesome.
Actually, it is, because you get the flavor of the ham again.
Oh,
disgusting.
God. No. Somehow shitting yourself wasn't too far, but describing the taste of ham puke is to me.
Fuck, I'm never talking about
man.
myself again on the show.
Yeah. How are your respective New Year's?
It was good, quiet for me. I woke up at like 6 in the afternoon, got some Chinese food, and then went to bed.
Are you a vampire?
No, why?
Okay, just confirming.
On the
you have
weekends,
to tell me if you are. It's part of the rules.
on the weekends, Bill, I like to.
He can't go into your house unless you invite him.
Yes, Kyle's invited me in. Actually,
He's an obsessive counter.
Yeah, I did nothing for New Year's. We just sat here, we baked some food, made a nice dinner.
has
Drank
Frona
the
been sick as well?
I think she may have been the one that kind of gave it to me in the first place, and she didn't have it like I did, though.
That bitch.
Yeah.
Way to go, Typhoid Mary.
Yeah.
No, it's on the weekends I like to sleep in. So like today I woke up at 4 in the afternoon. It's because I don't
And
sleep.
what else happened after you woke up?
No, I'm not going into that.
Okay.
No,
He shit himself again.
no, I didn't. No,
It was
Just
worse.
don't-
He can't use his
just don't
chair
want-
anymore.
Like what? Just let's go back to this for a second. What exactly do you do? Do you just sit there and kind of contemplate life at that moment? Like,
I
do you
will
immediately
say
get up and run, but like try and like pinch everything off, or is it like do you just sit there and maybe cry a little?
no. I actually busted out laughing. that was my honest reaction. Was I just started laughing because it's something that doesn't seem like it should be possible to happen. Like a sneeze forces out a shit.
Actually, it seems you're spot on.
And if it's already loose,
this
this is gonna gross out something. But if it's already loose anyways, because I'm sick,
Oh,
like it just kind of weaseled its way out.
oh, that hurts. It's funny. It hurts.
I think if I did that, I would just get up and penguin walk to the garage, take those things off, and
Throw 'em
then
in your neighbor's yard?
throw away the taintedness. I'll just throw them in the field back behind me.
Just forget
Oh,
it ever
the-
happened. Take a
yeah,
warm,
the re-
like, hot shower.
Yep.
In the spring, Frona's out there like mowing the lawn, doing everything else, and she's like, "Bill, I found some of your boxes out there."
It looks like you
Yeah.
shot yourself. That never happened, Frona.
She never crosses the fence into the field. She'd tell me she sees something back there, and I'd say, "Shit, I think we have some bums out here. We need to, we need to lock this fucker down, Frona."
I think it's somebody from New Hampshire.
Yeah, smells like it. Smells like a lot of ham.
Chowder and yeah. So that was my sickness. It was, at work I ran past the operations manager who was like, "Oh, hey, Josh," and I just kept running.
Punched him in the face and kept going.
Yeah, and then I ran into the bathroom and let that happen.
I just imagine you running down the hall. Not again! Not again!
Yeah, actually, that did happen after the
Not like this.
poo
Yeah, no.
the poo incident. So yeah, we're all sick is basically what I guess we need to say at this point.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm surprised we're doing the episode.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them where you can get a hold of us, Kyle.
Yep.
How many lines do you think we crossed? Like we had this story wasn't nearly as bad as the blood shit from Kyle, right?
Well, mine
No,
was
I
just more
think
graphic. Yours is just funny.
Yeah, I mean, you shit yourself, Josh. Like, that's a special day that we'll all inevitably, stumble upon, but you hit it young.
Yeah.
Totally editing that out.
Oh, well.
We'll just have to keep referencing it throughout the episode.
But I was sick. I can't help it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know
fair
how,
enough.
Kyle raised the bar. You've just jumped the bar.
Yeah,
like,
you fucking...
Shy of, ejaculating on my own face accidentally. I don't see how I could really do anything better.
How
Pressure, Kyle. Pressure.
What are you, on your back with your legs behind your head?
Yeah, just pressure. Yeah. I got a lot of build-up, Kyle.
It might have lifted me off my chair a little bit.
Oh, yeah, the sneeze, you got the momentum going forward.
Yeah.
It's probably
Did it get
like a
your sock?
shotgun blast coming out of your ass.
Although, funny story.
Did it get your socks, too?
No. Funny story, okay? when I was...
What? We haven't started the funny story yet?
No, here's more into Josh's life with shit. Okay?
I can't wait.
When little Josh was 3 or 5 months old, okay, I used to have what they called explosive shits.
I don't think that's what it's called.
That's what my father called it. He's like, you're the bastard that shit everywhere. But anyways, I had one so bad where apparently it flew up over my back and landed on my head.
Do you have an inverted anus?
No. So... My
What?
father's way of cleaning me off was grab me by the ankles and held me into the shower by my ankles.
That's probably what I would have done. Right?
I don't know. I don't have kids, Bill.
I don't know. It seems like the best route, or I would just thrown you in the sink with a little sprayer.
But I was hanging upside down, Bill. I'm probably mentally challenged now.
No, that doesn't matter. You're fine. Maybe I can top this by shitting in a litter box at some point.
I like how now we have to top each other with shitting.
Let's give a shout out to your old co-host who's going to love this section of the show.
Fucking complete. I got it. I've got it. I fucking got the gift.
What?
A way of topping shitting yourself?
Well, no.
That should be fun.
It's just something appropriate.
That's pretty much how it went, Kyle. That is pretty much how it went.
Oh, pop-up came right in the key part. Oh.
That is,
Josh, you should go to the doctor or something. Yeah, just cut this shit out.
Why do you shit, Bill? Why do you... No. Should we start over?
No, just fucking keep going.
It's gold, Josh.
This is why I don't talk about myself on the show.
Yeah, because apparently you shit yourself.
One time.
That's more times than me.
Yeah, seriously.
And I was sick. I couldn't help it.
You kind of could have helped it.
How could I have helped it? I had to sneeze.
All right, what have you been up to, Bill? Let's just fucking...
Well,
No, I want to get back into this. How could I have helped it?
You couldn't have,
I'm sure
not
there's
shit
some
your
sort of
pants.
Kegel exercises for
What do you
your
want me to do?
ass.
Put
Just
a
hit up
cork
some
in
gay
there because I
sites.
was sick and I had diarrhea?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what this kind of means, Josh.
What?
You're going to have to start paying a little bit closer attention to those Depends ads. Because this is a slippery slope. I mean, before you know it, you're just going to have a litter box of your own in the room.
I already do, Bill.
Ugh. I have been up to nothing of anything worth talking about, apparently.
I'm going mute
So,
on the rest of the
We
episode.
can just move right on. Yeah.
We beat Borderlands.
We did beat Borderlands. We've talked it to death, but it was kind of cool to finish that, and it sounds like maybe we'll go back to the Vault Hunter mode later tonight, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Josh?
I don't care.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Kyle's going first.
All right, I've just been playing a shit ton of PC games.
Yeah.
So I have Skyrim that I loaded up with a bunch of mods.
We're not talking about Skyrim.
I know, because I've already
What if
talked
he leads
about
with
it at
dick
length.
houses?
So I'm honestly gonna try and make a dick house. I'm gonna find some developer tools and I'm gonna make you a dick house, Josh.
Jesus. Okay, that I might shit myself if that happens.
So yeah, that's kind of what I have on. That's what I'm thinking about. But it is night and day from the console to the actual real.
The real version?
Yeah, the real version.
Yeah.
Just
Skyrim proper.
Yeah, it's fucking unbelievable.
It's kind of nice having full view of all of the land in front of you. Like when you climb up a mountain, you can just see everything.
Yeah, and then you have all the mods that just make everything look awesome.
Did you increase all the foliage?
Oh
and
yeah,
trees
yeah,
and
oh
shit?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can just see Kyle when he's setting up his mods. He's sitting there going, enhance. Enhance.
I've got like
Enhance.
30 mods that just pretty much have nothing but like all contain enhance or enhancement in the title.
Enhance.
Yes.
Kyle's
No, it is
put it
much
up on the
better.
viewer.
Did you do all of the sounds too for like the dungeons and shit?
Yep.
Yeah. That's probably above all else. That's something that they probably could have just patched into the Xbox version. And I mean, because that to me is one of the biggest differences, because the caves and caverns and dungeons actually become a little bit creepy, because there's little people whispering here and there and all the sounds of dripping water and strange ghost sounds. It's great.
It is really good.
It's enough to make me shit my pants.
Yes, it is, Josh. Yes, it is. I played a lot of Deus Ex. I was sick. I stayed sick from home from work the other day, so I laid down, and then I laid down for a while, actually. And then I woke up, played some Deus Ex. That was fun. That is also another game that has had a lot of visual improvements that looks a lot better.
Really?
Yep. It just looks cleaner and shinier.
I can see that, I suppose, yeah. The lighting and things like
yeah.
that. Did they do anything lately since I've played it to make it fun?
It's the same old game, so according to you, no, there's no fun, but I find it plenty fun.
Did they patch in fun? In the patch notes, did they highlight fun?
It's just so boring.
Well,
but I know you like it. I'm sorry, Kyle.
I like it.
I know.
So,
I know you do.
yeah. Dark Souls, I've been playing that. It took me a little bit to get that graphic mod to work.
Really?
Well, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, so I was just assigning
you copy
numbers
DLL,
to that INI
you drop
file.
the DLL in the folder, you go into the game, you turn off anti-aliasing, and you're good.
Well, no, because it's widescreen, I guess, and it's not fitting my monitor properly, so I keep dicking around in the INI trying to get all the settings right.
Do you not have a widescreen monitor?
I do not.
Are you a retard?
Really?
It's a free monitor. I'm not going to
Give
complain
Torse
about
in the
it.
mouth?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I won't fault you for that.
Are you a retard?
I'm a savant, so sort of.
Do you shit yourself? So, Dark Souls, you played this on the consoles though, right?
Yes.
So, having probably less of a biased opinion compared to Josh. Because Josh is good at games, and so it's fun for him. Someone like me, who barely works joysticks, had a little bit more trouble with it. Is the PC version, does it seem just as cruel?
It is just as fucking... It is just as bad as it was on the consoles. I played for 2 hours, and something happened, and then I had to go lay down in my bed for a little bit because I got so angry.
Oh. Poor Kyle.
Yeah.
What happened? I want to know now.
Well, I killed like 2 bosses in a row, and I had a bunch of humanity, and then I died twice right in a row. Like, the first time, it was like I did something stupid. I'm like, oh, that was my bad. And then the second time I died, I just got cocky, and I got destroyed.
Well, that's just it, though. That game punishes you.
Yeah.
For being an asshole.
I'm like, I fucking hate this game. I need to.
But you can't blame the game if you're an asshole.
You're right. I know, because it just makes you feel like a dick, and I hate that. So it's a fucking awesome game. It's just I lost the touch, so I have to relearn it. I lost
my
glow. I got to get my glow back.
God, that'd be so great if someone patched in Shonuff. And he took your glow whenever you died. That'd be so fucking great. I don't know. I heard in the next one they might actually have an easy mode for people like me. So I look forward to enjoying a game like that someday.
I will boycott the fuck out of that game if they do that.
Why?
Because that is stupid.
It's going to be the same game, but
No,
it's
that
going to
is
have build
fucking
mode.
stupid. That's why I hated Mega Man 10.
Oh, don't be a piker.
No, that is fucking dumb. Either man up and play the game it should be,
But I never got to see all half, like probably what, 70% of the cool shit?
That's by your choice.
I'm not very good at things.
You could have suffered through it.
You know what, Bill? You know what you should do? You should just kind of suffer through like the first part of the game, and then we could do co-op. How's that sound?
Well, it's not really co-op. It's like a mess of stuff, right?
What?
It's co-op. Like
Yeah,
from what I gather, it's easier to get together on the PC than it was the console.
Oh, is it really?
I mean, it's not like you go into a list and select Kyle. But
No, but is there a way that like you could just hop in my game and then I can follow you, the superhero, through it?
Well, so yeah, so that's how Pete and I did it on the PS3. Is
Yeah.
one of us would put down our summon signal, and then like eventually in my game I would see it pop up. I think at most it took like 5-10 minutes.
Right on. I could suffer through that. I should have sent, I didn't know Kyle was playing it. I would have sent you the video that I sent Josh where it was like this guy dressed up as Santa Claus around Christmas and he was just throwing down all of these, like, were they herbs, Josh?
Herbs or, yeah, souls or whatever.
Yeah, all these different colored things. So it looked like Christmas lights all over and it's just this guy jumping around being basically a psychopath. And so like people would come into the game and he's just throwing around Christmas lights and some of them would like participate. And then the moment someone was being an asshole or tried picking him up, he would just kill them. Yeah, it was just the weirdest fucking video. But it was pretty funny.
You don't be naughty, Santa.
Yeah, that's what all of his text he put on the video was. But because the same guy like popped back in, freaked out, saw who it was, and started running, and Santa chased him down and killed him. It was fucking pretty funny.
But I will totally boycott the fuck out of Dark Souls 2 if it does.
That's so gay, because then we can actually have conversations where you're like, hey, I got to this part, and like, I too got to that part.
Yeah, you got to that part by being a pussy. Do you want to go through your life by being a pussy, Bill?
Yeah, it's been working out just fine till now. Got a glass full of vodka around a real cool nerd corner. I'm doing just fine. And I carry a knife.
No, I won't. I will refuse to buy that game if they do that.
Well, looks like we know 2013's Game of the Year for Bill.
Yeah.
I don't even care if I hate it and it's full of Nazis and racism. I'm going to say it's Game of the Year because Josh doesn't like it.
I would
You're
actually,
not even going to play it and it's going to be Game of the Year.
I would be
what if it was, okay, so it ships the way you want it, but there's an optional download easy mode, but you don't get all the stuff.
Because they went against their morals with that game.
No, they want people to play all the cool shit they made, but I'll never get to see it.
People, that game has a cult following anyways.
This makes me sad.
Fuck that.
I'm a sad panda.
That would make me so mad.
Well, I understand where you're coming from. However, I disagree.
You should start playing it, Bill, and then play it through with Kyle.
No, I think him and I we're gonna play some Torchlight 2.
Yeah, I think we might. Is it just 2 players? Is it more than 2 players? I never
have
played
no
it.
idea. Josh, do you know?
I don't care.
Did you play Torchlight 2?
I don't care.
Oh, don't be a poopy pants. Oh. No, Torchlight 2 I never got to, so we'll have to dig in to see how many people can play and what the story with that is.
Yeah.
I bet it doesn't involve Wall-E fucking a robot.
I can't believe I was staring at your icon. I'm like, oh, it's Eve from Wall-E. You know, I don't get what the fuck that's about. And then I noticed the penis in her. I'm like, oh. Why,
Yep.
Josh?
Why, Josh? Why?
So what else have you been playing on the PC, Kyle?
Oh.
Jet bikes.
Saints Row the Third? Maybe?
Yeah, I've played like 2 hours of Saints Row the Third. The controls are weird. I don't know if I like them.
What are you talking about?
They don't feel right.
See, I was going to say it's something I never thought of, which is usually a good sign that the controls are solid.
Yeah, I never even...
Well, I'm not used to the driving with the camera keeps getting fucked up and it keeps annoying the shit out of me.
Wait a minute, are you not using a controller?
No, I'm using keyboard and mouse.
Holy shit.
Well, there you go,
A game like that, you have to use a controller.
Well, what the fuck,
God
Josh?
damn it, Kyle.
You get pissed off at me when Like,
I love how I get pissed off at him once for
fuck
using
that,
a
Kyle.
keyboard.
I use a controller for almost everything anymore. I played all of Borderlands 2 with a controller.
Yeah, see, I didn't because I'm a man.
yeah, I thought you'd be all proud of me because I'm using a mouse and keyboard like a man, not a
No,
controller.
Do you have the little dongle adapter so you can just hook up your 360 wireless controller?
No, I use the fuck is it called?
No. I'm gonna find one cheap and just send it to you.
No, I
because it
use
just,
DS3 tool, and I plug my PlayStation controller in it.
Yeah, but that's like the shittiest controller ever. Don't use that.
Plus,
Plus,
that's
it's
working
working
out
out just
Bill.
fine.
when you use the Xbox One, like as soon as it recognizes it, it switches all of the interface and all of the buttons on the screen. Like it's just works.
Yeah. My computer recognizes it as a 360 controller.
Oh,
Eat shit, Bill.
shittier. I know.
So wait, were you playing Dark Souls with a keyboard and mouse?
No, controller.
So wait, you'll play Dark Souls with a controller, but then...
I only did that because you explicitly told me.
Yeah, you should play
use
Saints
a
Row with the
controller.
controller, and you'll forget everything you just said.
Okay.
It's pretty solid, man.
Yeah, it is... Yeah, you're dumb.
God. What was funny, Josh, is like when he before he started playing it, I was like, leave the game open so that you may have the chance sighting of Neo and Cero. Because that was so funny. Like, because you were so much higher in level than my guy was, and Josh just pops in with like everything, and he's just like kicking cars down the street and flying and shit. It was awesome.
What?
No, maybe he wasn't flying, but he was
I
doing
don't-
all
yeah,
kinds.
I
He was
remember.
doing some weird shit because he had all the stuff unlocked. So like he'd disappear for like 2 minutes and then just come ripping through the air in a jet bike, and I'm like, oh, jet bikes, motherfucker! I don't have jet bikes yet.
Yeah, Bill's sitting there on one side of the street, and then he's like, where'd Josh go? And all of a sudden, there's like a massive explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just hear mayhem in the background, but I love those stupid jet bikes.
I don't even have the game installed anymore, though. I haven't put it
No.
on this
I never
machine
went
yet.
back and played the DLC, so I still need to do that before I delete it.
I don't have the DLC.
I don't think the edition that I got came with the DLC.
Did you get the full whatever?
I don't know.
Did you just get it here, or did you get it a while ago?
I think I got it a while ago.
Yeah, it may not then.
Yeah. DLC, from what I heard, is hit or miss with it.
Yeah, the one I did play, I was not impressed with. So,
Game is so good, though. I don't care
It
what
really
anybody
is.
says. I loved it.
well, assholes don't like it. That's who.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you could buy the full edition, Kyle, for $7.50 right now, and then just get all the DLC. But I would say just skip it. You don't need it. There's enough to do without it.
Yeah, I figured as much. I mean, I got it with the THQ pack, so... I mean... Or no, I got it with the Humble Bundle. So I
Oh, so
only
you got
paid...
it recently.
Yeah, so
You
I...
might have everything then, bud.
And mine just says Saints Row the Third on it. There's no, like, the full package notification on it.
I don't know.
Well, you can right-click on the game in Steam and then check downloadable content.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty slick little.
I have no
move there.
downloadable content for this product. So no.
Interesting.
Because you're a retard.
Whatever.
So, yeah. Anyways, Kyle's played some PC games. That's cool.
Yeah, it's super fun. I can't believe it took me this long to do it.
Playing Saints Row with a fucking keyboard and mouse.
Oh, fuck you,
Well,
Josh.
cheers for you to trying it, but I promise as soon as you hook up the controller, you'll like it a lot better. Controls are solid.
Okay.
Do you want me to make you a list of games you should play with a keyboard and mouse?
I kind of want to hop back in now with Kyle and do those missions where you just try to create as much mayhem as you can, like the co-op stuff.
The only mission I think I would want to do again with a co-op partner is like the one where you jump out of the helicopter.
There's a few of those, though. Those
And
are
it's playing
great.
Kanye West Power.
Dude, it's so great, Kyle. Like you're hanging from a helicopter shooting things with a sniper rifle. Oh, that game's great.
Wow. No, I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
They were just
Oh, I
singing
can't
in
wait
the
for him
car.
to get, what is it, Zemos? He's got to get fucking, oh.
Don't spoil it. It's pretty great, Kyle.
All right.
Stick with it instead of Deus Ex.
Actually, I'm almost done with Deus Ex, so...
Holy shit, that took me like a year to suffer through.
Really?
Yeah.
Note, suffer through.
You must suck.
No,
Yeah, maybe if they made
I was
another
trying
version
to
of
play
Deus
it.
Ex and put it in easy mode, then Bill would be able to beat it quicker.
No, I played it on a normal setting, but I tried to play like the way you were supposed to and do everything and look at stuff. And then I was like, these emails are dumb. Crawling through these vents are dumb. So I just started killing everyone. And then it was a little bit more fun. I just wanted to, like, I honestly, Kyle, it all boils down to I couldn't get over the fact that I couldn't punch someone more than once. I'm a fucking cyborg and I can throw a punch.
Well, if you get the perk, I mean, you just have to invest in it. I mean, you can take down 2 guys at the same time.
I know, but when hell's breaking loose, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why you sneak up to him, you just turn invisible, like, tap one guy in the back, and punch him in the face, and then pick him up and use him as a human bat and hit the other guy.
Yeah, that sounds pretty great.
Yep.
I did like some of the kills. There was some pretty cool stuff you could do.
Nothing like a peasant kill.
Oh, the peasant kills. That's the best part of that game now.
All right, Kyle, is that all you got?
Yep, that's all I got.
Billy,
Hi.
give me some shit. No, wait.
Don't need any more of that. I'm just gonna
Blaze right through it.
I played a little bit of Resident Evil 6, probably like 6 hours worth.
Wow, you played way more than I thought you were going to play that game.
Well, there's like 3 campaigns. Like each character has their own campaign, and I played through what's the blonde guy's name? Leo or something? Leon? Yeah, I played through a majority of his, and it's an okay game, but I very quickly like dropped it to easy, and I put on a perk where all of the zombies and monsters like kick out XP and bullets, so it's just kind of a shooter at this point, and it's, I don't know. I've never really played the games before. I've never been that into them. I still don't know what's happening. I'm just killing things, and I haven't played it in about 3 weeks. I have a feeling I'm going to send it back this week.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah. I finally finished The Witcher 2, which I'm pretty proud of. Yep.
So should I pick it up?
Well, I already bought it.
Yeah, I do have it. That's right.
Yeah. You should download and play that, because I think it's your type of game, because it's just really good, and the characters are strong, and you can do a lot of things that other games don't let you. I mean, even Josh played it for a while, and it's not Josh's type of game, I don't think, normally.
I think I put like 15 hours into it.
God damn, 19 gigs.
Yeah, lots of that extra stuff in there, but all in all, it finished, like the last, end of it was okay. It got a little weird, but it was kind of a weird fantasy game, but overall, I'm so fucking excited to see what they're going to do with the steampunk license. I know that's not out for a couple of years, but that's easily the game I'm looking the most forward to.
It's weird though with The Witcher is that 2 came out on the Xbox, right?
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say anything about it.
I played it for like an hour.
Yeah, like I said, I never heard anybody.
People actually bought it a little bit and played it, because I think, it was up for some awards for Game of the Year and things.
Didn't James play it on there, maybe?
I think so. He didn't stick with it. It doesn't seem like a James game. He likes a little bit more action stuff, seems like sometimes. And
yeah.
There's a lot of looking around for things and just kind of enjoying the world they're trying to build. And the thing is, I don't think a lot of people cut him. I cut him some slack knowing that it's just a little studio, and somehow they turn out this amazing game. So there's a lot of things that I wouldn't overlook from other people, but since it's just a small little group of people, I just,
Well, I'll tell you
cheers.
what, it's a small group of people that made an amazing looking game that cripples even some of the best PCs out there.
Oh,
so.
yeah. It's an amazing looking game.
Oh, man, is there going to be a game that'll give my computer a run for its money finally?
You won't be able to run it at max, probably.
Really?
Yeah. No. I mean, it'll look like where I run it compared to max doesn't look all that different, but there are some little things that...
It gets into lighting and all that other stuff.
Yeah, the lighting's fabulous, and like when you look at close-ups of the characters, like you see kind of the threads in their cloth and their clothes.
Yeah, and what really got me is like very early on when you're in that in that town in the forest, you're seeing the sun bleed through the leaves, and then you're seeing the reflection and shadows of the leaves, and it just looks insane.
I mean, it's as detailed, Kyle. So like you craft a better silver Witcher sword, and at the end of the hilt, it has like the wolf head, which is kind of like their guild symbol. On your character, when you're running around on the sword, you can see the little wolf head. Like, it's that detailed.
Okay.
It's fucking cool, man.
Awesome.
I love the game. I absolutely love the series. I love the character. I know we won't see anything more of it for a while, but it's something I hope they go back to, and judging by the way everything pans out, that's going to happen inevitably. So 2018,
Book it.
yeah. And I got to make a choice at the end of the game. I can't elaborate on it because you're probably going to end up playing it. But it's a fairly trivial choice, sort of. But the fact that I could even do what I did, no one else would allow you to do something like that. It was just, I was so fucking happy that I could make a choice like that it was great. I mean, and at the end, like the final guy, the guy you've been chasing the whole game, the middle of the conversation, he's like, we should have vodka shots. And I'm like, you guys are fucking awesome. I like things like this in games. There's naked, but it's not like just naked chicks. Woo! There's just naked women, and it's tasteful, and there's a sex scene, but it's not like Mass Effect. Like, yep, that's full on sex. They're not pulling any punches here. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that's great about
Ultimately,
that game.
the only thing I really remember about it is getting drunk and partying with a group of people and then
No, you
waking
can't
up with
spoil
a
it.
tattoo.
Oh. Well, too late now. Cat's out of the bag.
Well, he doesn't know where it is.
There's a side quest that if you stumble onto it, you're with some whores and you're drunk talking to this guy telling a story about something, and you get into a fight about whether or not she would be strong enough for you to ride around on her back. And so like it fades out and you wake up naked by the river, and it turned out that you guys got real shit-faced, paid these two whores a bunch of your gold to let you ride them around, and you wake up with a tattoo of that on your neck that stays there the rest of the game. But it's nothing that you have to, it's not in the main story, it's just one little thing that you happen to stumble across if you're lucky enough. Awesome. Yeah, I love that game. Their steampunk game's gonna be fucking great.
Terrible.
Yeah, not a Josh game. I played a fair amount of Forza Horizon last weekend too.
Tell me about the Forzas.
I think the next one, if they make another game like this, I think it's going to be very popular. I think this one, they were just feeling out a lot of things, and you have a pretty decent sized map. And once you're in there, you can just drive around everywhere. There's no loading. Like, I spent 3 hours just driving every road, collecting and like crushing these little billboard things. And so every one that you get is 1% off the cost of upgrades.
Make sure you didn't play Burnout Paradise.
No, it has that same feel, and that's why it was so much fun. So like by the time that I had driven every road in the game and I collected like 93 of those billboards, like upgrades cost me nothing. And so since the cars are based off of, like the Forza game, like real world cars, like you can really do some cool shit for like no money. So for everything after that, I just had the coolest car. So you put a little time into it and the game is just a lot more fun then.
So is this basically their approach to, like, rather than being an actual driving simulator like Gran Turismo and the previous Forza games, so this one's more akin to, like, Need for Speed?
In some ways, yeah. Like, there's a big racing festival at the center of the map, and so, like, all of, like, your races and stuff branch out for that, and the races you do get you XP, which unlock, further up the categories and better races and stuff like that. And I think a lot of it is, they have all these resources, all of this time and math and things they put into all of this racing, that why not use it for something like this? Because you have it sitting around, because not everyone wants to play sim racers. So they just kind of tweaked it a little bit. But the cars, they don't handle like a Burnout or a Need for Speed. Like, they're a little bit more realistic. So I don't know. it's not quite there yet. They don't they don't dish out the cars enough, I don't think. And it's not quite structured just right yet, but I think the next time around, like the next Forza that comes out like this, I'll be on board probably day one. I think they'll figure it out and it's gonna be a really cool game. This one I can't recommend buying unless you're a big racing fan and you just wanna, if you don't have anything, but you don't have anything better to do. But it's a lot of fun just driving around the world. You've got a huge map. And they have like city areas. So like there's all these little towns along with all the mountain and countryside. So some are street races, some are through the mountains, some are just dead runs down highways. Like there's a lot of fun to be had with it. I think I sunk probably 7-8 hours into it. It's a good time. Don't know if Josh, I don't think you would like it. You wouldn't stick with it's probably the better way to put it. Yeah.
What was the one that came out before that where you guys were all like fighting for times and everything else? Like, was that Forza 3 or something a couple of years ago? Or a year ago?
Fighting for times. No, that was Hot Pursuit, wasn't it?
No. Because it was on the Xbox. It was around the time that I was playing Dark Souls. And then I'm pretty sure it was a new Forza game, and you guys were playing that last year. It was like you and Mike were the only ones that got it.
It could have. I mean, yeah, it was probably just the plain Forza. Because they had that in there too, so it would let you know like what your buddies did. And that stuff's in here too. So like as you're driving down the roads, like there's these kind of like, well, in the real world, it'd be speed traps. But as you're blazing down them, it clocks your time and tells you if your friends were going faster or not. And then there's all like every race you do, when you finish it, it pops up a little thing that says your friend did this track 4 seconds faster than you. Do you want to try and beat him for this much cash? And you can just hop right back into it. And it's there. It's just, it's not as feature deep and there's not enough of that. And that's what I'm saying. Like the next time around, they're going to elaborate a lot more on that stuff and it's going to be a lot better. It's just right now, I think they were just getting the world and the car and everything working. Right. But it's solid. They did a really good job. And I see why it's on a lot of people's Game of the Year list. Like if you're a race fan, you should, and you haven't played this and you're not a fanboy of another console, you should definitely pick it up.
I do like the hybrid that they went with, the actual simulator meets arcadey style.
Well, and that's kind of what I'm liking about it, because when you're blazing down the highway, it doesn't feel like Need for Speed. Like as I picked out a Lancer Evo, which is like my dream car for that style of all-wheel drive car. And as I upgraded that thing, like it really did start to handle different. It wasn't just faster, like it handled going over the dips and things differently, and the brakes responded differently, and the car changed. Mm-hmm. And they have that great Forza thing that I don't remember if Turismo had it or not, but the best part is like when you go into a race where you're spec too high, it'll just automatically give you the best setting at the line so that you can race in the race. So I used the shit out of that car before I had to upgrade to something else. It's good. I really enjoy it. I think the next one's going to be where it's at though, because they just got everything working and they're feeling stuff out. And I think the next one, if they stick with it, which I would assume they would, it's going to be pretty solid.
Nice.
Yep.
What else you got for me, Billy?
Just a little bit of Sleeping Dogs. Not a whole lot to say. I didn't play all that much because it wasn't running the best on my PC.
Damn you, AMD tuned games.
Yeah, and that's what you said. It's built for the other guys, and so I kind of understand those things. And you said there's an option I need to look at, so I'll go in and tinker with that. But my immediate impressions fall into line with everyone else. Like, it's refreshing as shit to have a game like this not be about guns and have hand-to-hand that's engaging and fun.
Yeah, the combat was really cool.
Wait, it's all about so hand-to-hand combat?
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Oh,
it's not
really
like,
wish I picked it up when it was glitched on Steam.
Yeah, it's not just like punch and kick either. Like, there's a little bit of combos and you unlock later moves and you can grab guys and run them and smash them into walls and vending machines, and you have to counter and dodge. It's pretty fucking cool. They did a good job. And it's pretty as shit. It's a good looking game.
In the rain and everything? Holy
shit. Yeah. And it is a little odd having to drive on the other side of the road. I didn't think it would be such a deal, but it kind of is. Catches me off guard sometimes when I'm not paying attention. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll play more if I can get it running better. If not, later down the road when I upgrade to probably Kyle's card, I'll dig back into it a little bit better then.
Oh, you're not gonna get a step up from mine?
Not after the bedroom furniture purchase today. We'll be sticking right around you, I think. Unless if like a 7 series opens up in the next couple months, I'll probably stick with where you're at.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, I played a little bit of Mark of the Ninja. I was playing right before the show. Started the other day. It's fun. I'm killing people. They're dying like peasants, and it's awesome.
Peasant kills. I haven't even seen that yet. I've been doing nothing but clean kills.
Well, yeah, you have to get spotted. You got to hit them a little bit, and when they fall down on their back, you run up and just shove your sword through their chest, and it's death of a peasant, and it's so much more satisfying.
I love how you're playing the game the way it doesn't want you to play.
I know, but when it says peasant's death, it just speaks to so many of my little nerd interests. You know, it's just, you die a peasant's death, you scum.
Nice.
Yeah. That's about it.
Cool. All right, I guess I should go right into it. I've been playing Dishonored.
What do you think about it so far?
I love the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I love the characters. I love the art style. The weapons are really cool, and there's some decent upgrades and everything else. Holy shit, is it boring, though.
Really?
It gets boring after a while.
I thought you were liking it at first.
It's kind of, it turns into sort of like a Deus Ex where you're wandering around and you're investigating things.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's a boring or Deus Ex? Uh-oh.
No, it's made exciting by all the powers and stuff, but I really, really enjoyed Dishonored.
I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it gets boring. Like, it starts off really
tedious?
strong. Yeah, I would say it gets more tedious.
Okay.
How far are you?
I'm pretty much where I left off when I last talked to you. I haven't really played it since. So I think you said I was actually, like, over the halfway point. But
did you go to the party?
Not yet, no.
Oh, you're just before the halfway mark.
Okay.
How are you playing it? Are you doing the I'm trying not to kill everyone, or are you just giving peasants deaths?
I will say that's what's cool about it, though, because whenever you're going into an area where there's bad guys, it's like, okay, well, map your course, basically, or chart out how you want to do this. Do you want to get around without anybody seeing you, or do you want to just go in and destroy everybody? Like, it gives you... It shows you, like, a cool path of which way you can take.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like in Crysis 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose. I don't really remember much about Crysis 2.
Well, Crysis 2, when you'd come into a new scope, and it would... Your HUD would kind of point out, head this way if you want to be a badass, head this way if you want to take it easy.
Yeah.
Same kind of setups.
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool.
But I'm basically going in, like, guns blazing, destroying everybody.
Oh, okay. Yeah, some of the knife deaths are really fucking vicious.
I really love that, what is it, that proximity mine thing or whatever?
The razor wire?
Yeah, where you throw it on one guy and, like, if you can get them in a group, it just destroys all of them.
It's pretty much this mine that instead of exploding, it shoots out razor wire and starts, like, twisting rapidly.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, so it's like a freaking blender just goes off in this area.
There's by the time it's done, there's a torso over there, there's half a head over there, there's an arm over there.
Wow.
It's pretty gruesome, but I don't know, it's pretty cool. I like it. It's just tedious, but the graphics are amazing in it. I love the art style, and I love the environments and the world that they built up. And
yeah, did you see what I was talking about when I said it looked like everybody was painted? Yeah,
it definitely has like that weird oil painting look to it, actually. Kind of. I don't know. It's refreshing rather than going back. Like, everybody could have looked like it was Saints Row, like that cartoony look. Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Do you think you're going to stick with it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already. It's really short.
It is really
that's
short.
Right. I forgot.
I think that there's going to be one point in that game where you're probably going to just go, fuck it.
Really?
And throw it to the ground.
Now you shall all meet peasants' deaths.
I do love the powers though, like being able to like teleport forward and everything else is kind of cool. Because like I'll see somebody and I'll quickly teleport right behind them and then stab them in the back.
I wouldn't have guessed this would have been a Josh game.
It's a game that I got really cheap.
What powers do you have right now?
The mind control.
Yep.
The teleport. And there's something else. Maybe 2 other things.
The
maybe?
summon rats.
Yeah, I think I got that. So yeah, I like it though. Then the rats thing is totally crazy too. There's fucking rats everywhere, and they just go around eating people.
They will literally tear apart a corpse in like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pretty cool though. I mean,
I've got it sitting on my hard drive. It's installed. I don't want to start it until I knock some other things out, but I look forward to it.
I would totally not recommend it to people unless you can get it for like $15 or below.
I got it for 21, 22.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
It's totally not worth $60 though. But
Kyle played through it twice though. So
yeah.
for him
Kyle also beat The Darkness 2.
Twice.
Kyle, even at $7.50, I didn't bite on that one. Sorry.
Whatever. I fucking really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, whatever. You're a piece of shit. Don't buy it. I don't care. Fuck you.
Don't say shit.
Go on.
I feel a sneeze coming on.
Oh,
Do you just get scared every time you have to sneeze now?
No.
Like you just do like an extra fold of ass and clench?
No, because I'm not sick anymore.
Okay.
Do you have PTSD?
No. So yeah, that's just Dishonored. It's pretty cool. I love a lot about it. I just got bored. I think part of the problem too is I played it too much, like too continuously, rather than breaking it up. It's definitely a game that you play in sections.
Are there sections, or I thought it was kind of more open worldish?
No, there's 7 or 8 levels, maybe 9.
Cool.
Yep.
That's how I'll play it then. Level and set her down.
Yep. So other than that, I got a Wii U.
Yeah, this is the stuff I'm excited to hear about. We need to cut out a lot of the other talk and get to this.
I'm just gonna cut this whole section, Bill, just to fuck with you.
No.
So how are you liking it?
I like it a lot. It's nice being able to play Nintendo games, which I do love Nintendo games. Like, I was super excited for the Wii. I just didn't know what I was getting into at the time. The Wii U really remedies that for me because it allows me to play Mario games and future Zelda games if they're not Ocarina of Time and Punch-Out and all that without waggle. Like, that was the killer for me with the Wii. I did not like the motion controls.
Sure.
The Wii U...
They're going to have a lot of that bullshit.
On the Wii U?
On the Wii U. Not waggle controls, but you're going to be utilizing that view screen a lot.
But that's fine. I don't mind touch controls as much as now I have buttons as well.
Yeah, well, that's always the thing with it is if you have the option for both, and yeah, running your thumb across to like switch special moves or something, yeah, that's great as long as I have proper controls. And they solve that.
And that's what's cool about it. Like,
tell me, because you said holding it in your hand. Don't forget about that too. Like, it's genuinely comfortable though, right? Like, I haven't held one yet, but you love the controller. It is actually
really comfortable because, like, I don't know. Like, everybody's always seen the front of the controller. Well, on the back, there's these little notches and there's this bar that goes across on the back. Like, if you were going to set it up that way, it would be at an angle. But it fits in your hand perfectly. Like, never once holding it, my hand got cramped or tired or anything. So it is a genuinely comfortable controller. Now, obviously, it's heavier than that of a PS3 and 360 controller.
Obviously, yeah.
How long does the charge last on it? Can't last too long, right?
About 4 hours.
Can you play while it's plugged in?
Yes.
Okay.
And the cable that they gave you...
I didn't think you could. So that changes
things. Can. Oh. And the cable that they gave you is really fucking long, dude. It's like almost the length of my room.
So even like if you're laying in bed playing Mario, because you're within distance or whatever, you could just plug it in and continue to play the next morning if it was dying?
Yep.
That's cool. Because I swore that they said that it wouldn't, but yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's not, and it plugs in on the top, so it's completely like irrelevant at that point. You forget that it's plugged in.
Yes.
So yeah, the controller is actually fantastic. I didn't think that coming off of, and you guys have done it as well, using the DS with the touchscreen is not very responsive. Like unless you're using the stylus.
Yeah, it's pretty piss poor.
I've never used the stylus on this. Now, it's not like a phone or the iPad or any tablet where like you're touching a glass screen. Like you still have that plastic cover over it and it feels like you're holding a DS.
Sure.
But it is quite responsive. And it doesn't use multi-touch, but that's because Apple patented that.
I thought that got shot down here last week.
No,
maybe that was pinch and zoom.
Yeah.
God, they're scumbags.
So the controller is amazing. I can't say enough good about that. And with that, I've been playing New Super Mario Bros. U because I love the New Super Mario Bros. Franchise. And unlike the 3DS version, like this actually feels refreshing and new because the levels are actually quite intuitive. Like they're deeper than the other ones. The other ones are basically get to point A to point B. This one here, there's a lot more going on. You have these new enemies that you've never seen before that actually make it a lot harder.
Really?
Yeah.
Kyle, he compared it to Super Mario World, so that speaks kind of highly.
Yeah, it does feel a lot like Super Mario World because there's branching paths within the world. So like I can skip this entire one section of the world if I was struggling with it.
I love Super Mario World.
It does have a new Super Mario World feel to it, and Yoshi's in it.
Huh.
Tisk.
Is the controller like kind of gimmicky at all with it?
Not at all, no. There's only one section, like, I didn't even realize it, that this controller has, like, an accelerometer in it, so, like, you can tilt it and stuff. But they didn't use that until the very end of the game, and it was only in one section.
Good guy, Nintendo.
So that was actually pretty cool. And even then, it was like, you stand on this platform, now tilt the... Actually, I should have known it has an accelerometer, because I used it in Nintendo Land. I don't know why it came to a surprise to me. But anyways, so you stand on the platform, and then you tilt the controller a little bit, and then the platform would tilt with it, and then you just run up and jump off of it, and that's basically all it was on that one section.
I can live with that.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's not like I'm waving this $150 controller around like I would a Wii remote. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I beat New Super Mario Bros. U in like 2 days too. That's how much I loved it.
Wow.
And it interacts with Miiverse, their social network thing that they have now, which is actually really cool. As well.
You love, right?
What's that?
You love that, don't you?
I do.
With the pictures and all that.
I love Miiverse. I don't know why. It makes me feel happy.
Maybe it's the shocking lack of dicks.
Yeah, maybe. But like going on and like when you first turn on the Wii U, like it on the gamepad you have basically a similar interface that you would have on the 3DS and the Wii with like the channels and the tiles and everything else. But then on your TV, it shows like thousands of Miis running around to each game that people are playing.
Oh, that's cool.
And then like messages start popping up like, how do I get past this section? Or it would show a picture that somebody drew in the game and everything else. So like I can click on that and then go in and be like, no, this is how you get past that section. So it's weird being on a Nintendo platforming and having an actual community, but like it's even more cool that like this is what I think Xbox Live and PSN should strive for because they are actually a community.
Yes.
Yeah, I really liked what was going on with 1 versus 100 on Xbox Live. That was really fun, but then that just went the fuck away.
Yeah, so it's like that where like I actually feel like I'm interacting with people. Like in New Super Mario Bros. U, if I do something good in the game, like if I get all 3 of the star coins, or if I beat the level without getting hurt, it'll say, "Do you want to post something to Miiverse?" And I'll be like, "Oh, Bowser, you suck, ha 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 ha."
You totally wrote that, didn't you?
I did.
Hey Bowser, suck my D.
Yeah. So there was one where I did that, and then I went into Miiverse, and I noticed all these people are like, rather than like having a like button like they would on Facebook, it has what they have, the yeah button. Or,
yeah.
Or what was it on Battlefield? The
shit.
The hoorah button.
Yeah, I hoorah'd a shitload of things that didn't mean anything to me.
So in this, they have the yeah button. And then it's like 10 people have yahed your post and everything else. And people are leaving comments or drawing pictures on something that I posted.
What's so funny is like when I did the show with Pete, and I think I've said it here, one of the main issues with the Wii is that the lack of the online space, you always felt alone. Like if you went to play the Wii, it was like shutting yourself off from the world.
Right.
And by what you're saying, at least in your opinion, they fixed that.
They've gone the complete other direction from that.
They've learned and improved upon.
And
so weird.
Even other games that I'm not really going to talk about until I get further in it, like Zombie U.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool because if I die in that game, my character that died now shows up in Pete's game. So now he has to try to kill me, and if he kills my zombie, then he can take the gear and items that I had.
God, I'd love to kill Zombie Josh so bad.
Well, he had like 4 of them in his hideout because I kept dying in that one section.
It'd be so sweet if you had like a Zombie Bruin DLC running around with you.
But I don't know.
Summon undead cat swarm.
Overall, the console feels really good. The gamepad is exceptional. It's just, how long will that last because the lack of games? Eventually, the well's going to dry up, and you're going to have much like you did with the 360 and much like you did with the PS3, the first 6 months without a game. Like, if you remember... but
this 360 had Battlefield. That's what carried me through that. I played that game a long time.
Battlefield didn't come out until way after, though.
No, it had Battlefield Modern Combat.
Right. No, what was the first big game that was it? It was one of the Elder Scrolls.
Oblivion. Between those two games, that carried me through until proper games started coming out.
But the 360 came out in like October, and Oblivion didn't come out until March. Like, that's how long it was.
There was a decent launch with that game, wasn't there?
They had a decent launch, and so did this. This had some good games to it. New Super Mario Bros. U, Wii U, and it has a bunch of indie titles on the eShop as well.
They need like a proper Nintendo RPG to get you people through, though. That's what they need, isn't it? It may not be Zelda, but they need that. And what's the Wii one that everyone was so hot for?
Xenoblade?
Yeah, that should have been here waiting, up-resed or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't even mess with the Wii because, like, you have to have a Wii remote to boot into the Wii menu because, like, it doesn't have backwards compatibility like the 360 or PS3 in the way of, like, you put a disc in and then it just launches it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually have to boot into the Wii's operating system.
That's kind of lame.
It's weird. It's like a lazy man's way of
They could patch that, though. They could fix that.
Well, I'm never going to do it anyways, so I don't care.
Hey, let me ask you something. So does all your virtual console stuff carry over, or are you just kind of fucked on that? You
can do a Wii transfer on it.
So it's not driven by Nicero. It's driven by you have this thing laying around.
Right.
Okay.
Because on the Wii, you didn't have a username. So you're just doing a transfer at that point to your current account. Because now you actually have a username and everything else.
So once that's been assigned to your username, are you good? I mean, is that all on your username, or is it still tied to your console?
It's linked to your console. Apparently, they're looking into it, and they're going to change that. I don't know. But it sucks, too, because the Wii U doesn't even have a virtual console yet. It launched without virtual console.
What? See, that's so weird to me because that's like exactly what you're saying is, okay, there's not a lot of the new titles to get you through. Having those key ones like a link to the past would be people like me going, I'll just play through this again for $10.
Yeah, and they did the same thing with the 3DS, actually. That launched without it had the eShop. No, it didn't, actually. But it didn't even have a virtual console until a little while after.
Yeah. I know there's licensing and all, and you and I have talked about it a few times. It just... in my mind, Nintendo has such a base in our childhoods that the fact that they don't try every second of the day to push as many of those classic Nintendo titles onto these things is baffling to me.
Yeah. I mean, you can still get virtual console games on the Wii U, but you have to boot into the Wii. in it and then go through the store on that.
See, my Wii's hacked, and so like the interface I see when I boot up and go into like all of the ISOs is so much better than the Wii's. It sucks so bad to go back to that.
Yeah, I truly love the operating system, and that's ultimately like if you've ever heard me talk about a system's launch on the show, like look back into the Vita. What was the main thing that I talked about? The operating system. Like I totally nerd out about that for some reason.
Yeah.
I love interfaces and I love watching how things work and learning all about that. Like that is my thing. Like launch games are cool and everything, but I love seeing what a company did to advance themselves.
Yeah, like Duffy, he got a new phone last night and going through showing him all of like the proper Android tricks and because, just going through all those steps, it is fun. Did you know it does this and it does this and it does this? And
so like this is my way of learning about the Wii U. It's like I didn't even play a game the first like night and a half that I had it. I was just going around through all the options and like Miiverse and the friends list and everything else. It's weird. That's just how I am.
Yeah. I'm glad you're happy with it for the time being.
I enjoy it. But again, like it all depends on the games. And anybody who buys a system at launch, it's going to be slow. It's just I hope that Nintendo gets their games out there because I don't care about third-party games. Not at all.
So you wouldn't give one of my Game of the Years a shot on the Wii U, which is Batman Arkham City?
No. Why would I play that on the Wii U when I have it on the PC?
Because of the controller. Like a game like that where you can switch between like attachments and bat gadgets quickly, I think it could be kind of cool.
Well, here's the thing too, though, Bill, that's unfortunate, is all the third-party ports that came out at launch are really bad.
Really?
Like massive frame rate drops. Like they rushed these ports. Like go back and watch I'll get you the link to it, but the Giant Bomb Quick Look.
I have access to a Giant Bomb premium account, so I can watch it on the Roku.
Right. So the Epic Mickey one is probably the worst. Like in Epic Mickey, you shoot out ink that either adds to the world or you're erasing to the world.
Sure.
In that, anytime that they use the ink, it's like it dropped to 5 frames per second on the Wii U.
Oh, Christ.
It looks like...
and that's like the worst thing they can be doing right now.
Well, that's not even up to Nintendo, though. That's third party.
I know, but give the guys some money then to make sure they don't do this shit.
Yeah, I don't... Whereas, like, Nintendo's games that they put out are absolutely, like... New Super Mario Bros. U for a 2D platformer is absolutely gorgeous. There's this one level in it that it looks like an old-style oil painting. I'll have to make a video of it, but it looks insane. So, and then Nintendo Land even looks really fucking cool. Nintendo Land being their kind of Wii Sports for it.
Sure. Now, I'm an asshole who constantly says we need new consoles, and now that just means PC. Kyle just got a new console, which is his new PC. Like, what do you have to say about the fact they released this thing and it's already grossly underpowered? Are you okay with it as long as it's done artfully, but won't that get kind of old?
But who truly knows the power of it nobody really knew when the PS3 launched that you would get games like Uncharted 3 that did these massive set pieces with, a boat turning upside down while you're in it and water flooding in and seeing all that. So you don't really know.
Well, they did release like the Killzone video. You had an idea that it could do some shit.
That whole Killzone video was bullshit, though. It was all CGI.
I know, but you kind of knew it was going to put out some powerful stuff.
And that was even 2 years within its life, though.
Yeah.
So you don't really know how powerful something is until like they actually tap into that. And ultimately, I don't really care about that. I get a Nintendo console for the Nintendo games. I don't get them for what the third parties are doing.
Yeah, I know.
Anything third party, I'm going to get on my PC.
Yeah, that's a given for all three of us at this point.
So I want Punch-Out. I want Mario. I want Zelda. I want Pikmin. Stuff like that. Animal Crossing. Those are what I want.
Pokemon?
No. In fact, they don't really do full-fledged Pokemon games on the
console. It's all handheld.
Well, yeah, but now the fact that it kind of is a giant DS, they got to think they're going to now, right? Because they don't have to change a whole lot.
They're gonna have to. It's gonna be too much effort because they're gonna have to get all like crazy ass modelers instead of just, all right, handheld department, pump out another Pokemon game. You got 3 months. add another 150 to the list.
One of the things on the DS, I played Chrono Trigger, and one of the things that I liked about it was all buttons except the touchscreen in the middle. Like your abilities and your special moves and whatnot for each character would change, and you could just slide your thumb over, like the screen was split into quadrants. So you could just easily, it was like having 4 more buttons. If they do stuff like that, I could enjoy that controller.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it on my, PC or, the other 2 consoles, but I could see them getting some cool uses out of it.
Right. And ultimately, it's pretty cool, and I'll probably talk more about it in the next couple of episodes, but...
I imagine so.
For now, we got some listener questions we should bang out before we leave.
Oh, shit.
So, Kyle, why don't you read some of these off?
Spiral Infinity asks, I'm on final disc of Lost OD, I'm assuming Lost Odyssey, and and in a underwater facility. Your grammar is awful, and can't remember how to play. Should I start over?
Isn't that game really, really long?
Yes.
So no.
Okay,
Yeah,
this is what you should do. Because this is what I generally do with RPGs, that I drop and continue. You keep your old save, but you play the first, 3 to 4 hours just to get the feel of the mechanics, and then you play it from your old save.
And I would say start over, because that game's amazing and everybody should play through it again.
You haven't even beaten it yet.
Because I don't want to. I'm at the end, and I don't want to finish it because I love it so much. You did the same thing with Final Fantasy when you didn't want to beat Chaos.
Yeah.
I won't fault you. I've never watched the last episode of Firefly, so I'm not going to fault you.
That's an okay one. Honestly, Out of Gas is where it's at.
So, yeah, I mean, I would start over, but that's because I love the game so much.
I like Kyle's advice. Play a little bit of the intro and then jump right back to where you were.
Okay. Next question.
Oh, okay.
Hammer of God.
Hammer of God asks, when do I get to come on and have a serious Pokemon discussion?
I would say when Bill and I are unavailable, and then you can sit down with Kyle.
Dude. No, I'd like to throw in some jabs about Pokemon. I want to be here for this.
Gen 1 for life. That's all I got to say.
Josh will take another week off somewhere here in the winter or spring, and we'll make that happen.
Sure.
Because then they have gotten like crazy complicated, and there's all like that stupid unlisted stat. I don't know. It's sort of grown out to.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I tried playing one of those games once, and then I didn't anymore.
I tried playing them once.
I played for 2 Pokemon's worth, and I quit.
It's like 5 minutes.
No, it was longer than that. It was on a road trip, so it had to be at least a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
All right, next question.
Famous Mortimer, a.k.a. Pete of the For Your FYI podcast, asks, who is next to get a Wii U, Bill or Carl? Bonus question. Is KOTOR on sale? I can never find it.
I don't think it is this year.
They
really dropped the ball.
No, it's been on sale like 3 times, Bill.
Yeah, it was on there twice.
I was being
it was
facetious.
On there
Of course it's on sale.
Fuck you, Val.
Dude,
You suck.
Funny
story.
story. A friend of mine actually picked up KOTOR on sale. I'm like, what? How did you not already have that?
Yeah, right?
I got the
I even
second
have it
one.
and I don't even like it.
Well, I got the second one not too long ago because now, like, the nerds out there have spent 3 years and they put all of the missing content into the second one and refinish the game or something. Yeah, I might someday in a moment of weakness dig into seeing how to install that and then not play it.
So which one do you think is going to cave first on Wii U? I'm going with Bill when it hits $100.
It's not anytime soon. It's not even close to being on the radar.
Yeah, same with me.
It's tough, though, because Kyle's saving up for a house and a wedding.
Yeah, so...
And Bill now owns a house.
Well, to tell you, I just did my 2013 budget, not in there. So maybe next year.
Mm-hmm.
I do my budget throughout the entire year in January, and there is no room for that. So not happening.
Yeah. So there you go. Neither of them will be getting a Wii U ever.
Nancy might pick one up like next year.
Yeah. I just, it's nothing against it by any means. It's just kind of speaks to what Josh is saying. You know, we'll see what happens with games and stuff. I think a Mario Kart that came out, I could see Frona being like, really like Mario Kart. You should get one.
Oh, doing the hinting? Yeah.
But I couldn't justify buying it just for that, even though she would probably play it for 60 hours. But if they do some cool stuff, and the Zelda, like your complaint, is an actual evolution of the game, maybe if they port that 3DS Castlevania on there, you get a couple more on the list. Maybe they get another Paper Mario on there, but all of this, you're at least a year out for any of that. So
yeah,
it's 2014 at the earliest. And even then, it's pretty questionable. For me, it's most likely 2 years from now, I get it for 150 with a handful of used games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fine. And
now we move on to this week's
last
Moment
question
with Outlaws.
Outlaws asks, what are your 2013 predictions regarding the PS4 and Xbox 3 ?
Dates, specs,
number of cats
rendered at once.
I think we can all agree none of us are going to buy a PS4, the Xbox 3 ?
Not immediately, no. All of my budget's been shifted to PC parts. So
not for a long time. I say that, but I know me.
One of the things I would say that could make me change my mind about the Xbox is, so I've got a Windows 8 PC.
Why did you do that, by the way?
It was $35, and I work in an office where I'm the guy that answers these questions, so it was advantageous for me to be the one that starts figuring stuff out first. It's just on my laptop. I don't hate Windows 8 like other people. Like, when I look at it, if I handed that to my mom, she's going to love that. Because for her, she hits the Windows button. Where's your email, Mom? Well, it's right there on that button. Where's your pictures? Well, it's right there on that button. Where's this? It's right there on that button. For people like us, it speaks to why I hate Apple so much. It's a dumbing down. But for the average public, once they get their hands into it, they're going to like it a lot. It's not for people like us. It's for the other 95% of the population.
Man, fuck the 95%.
I'm fully there. I think it degrades the gene pool. I don't like Apple for all of the same reasons. I'm just saying I think people in the public will actually enjoy it quite a bit. Because now the whole thing, Apple's just easier to use. Well, now if you were to set someone that's not great with computers down in front of the two, they're going to take the Windows 8.
Except for they're not, because it's not selling.
Well, it's not selling by people going out and buying the OS, because people don't do that. They do it when they buy new computers, and all of the computers they bought this Christmas are, and the ones they buy throughout this year will be, and by next Christmas, it's just going to be the next iteration. Because
they thought that with Vista too, and that totally didn't work out.
Yeah, but
that's because Vista sucked.
Yeah, this is just Windows 7 with a giant start button. That's the only real difference for the public.
And ultimately, it's going to be, we have to wait and see. But this is kind of far off from the question.
I'm sorry, but back to the point of it is with the Xbox, if they can actually work it out, they won't. But there's been rumors that they do, that the Xbox could then stream to your other Windows devices. Or so I could have the Xbox rendering all the stuff, and I could play a game on a different computer, on my laptop, on the TV in the bedroom, just because the Xbox acts like a media hub and streams those games to other displays. That could probably pull me into consideration again. Because right now I have two Xboxes. I got one upstairs and one downstairs, so I don't have to lug it around. If I could just have the one and access it and play it with whatever display I'm sitting around, that's fucking huge to me.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That would be one of the main features that I could really get sucked into. Other than that, we've discussed it before. I don't think there's really anything they can really change or add that's going to pull me away from the PC at this point. Unless they open it up, which they're not going to.
And Microsoft's first-party games just don't do it for me anymore. Like, I don't care about Halo. I don't care about Gears of War, even though that's not first-party. It's second-party at this point. And
I'm the exact same way with PlayStation. I don't give a shit about any of their first-party stuff, excluding Ratchet and Clank.
And I like Sony's first-party games, except for not in the last year. I don't know. I just haven't enjoyed them as much as I have in the past. Like, I'm kind of bored of X game. I'm kind of bored of this. I want something new from that. Like, give these studios, like, how when they let Sucker Punch do Infamous, that was refreshing and new. Let them do something else now.
Yeah.
You know, stop making the same games over and over and over. We don't need another God of War. We don't need, show something different.
Yeah. And I like I said, my budget, I've got 280 sitting around from the last year that I saved towards whenever the next box comes out. That's all been reallocated to PC parts. I mean, that's where I'm at. That's a new video card, and by the end of the year, that's new motherboard, chip, and RAM. It's just not in my eyesight, at least this year.
I'm fully seeing me for the next year being like PC exclusive with Wii U on the side for Nintendo games that I love.
Yeah.
That's pretty much me. I mean, ultimately, I know that I'll change and I'll cave and I'll buy, the next box or the PS4 eventually. But
I mean, if they come out the gates with a hardcore power machine, which they're not going to, but if they did, there's something to be said for that, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And they kind of have to be PCs at the same time, too. That's the other big difference is at this point, they kind of are now competing with mobile space, tablets, computers. It kind of has to be, you're buying this machine to put behind your TV, and it's going to run your cable through it. It's going to have access to all your files. It has all the codecs. But it has to be in order to be, because they're shooting for everyone. They're not shooting for us anymore. And that's kind of what's pushing me away is I can cater my PC to what I want. I can't do that with any other console. I can't do that with an Apple product. I can't do that with anything else. That's why this beast is sitting next to all three of us.
That's why I like the Wii U. It's games. It's games with a little social network attached to it.
I'll give you that.
Yes, it has Amazon, Hulu, and all that shit, but guess what? That's not the focus.
No, it
they
has
have
to have
TV.
that at this point, honestly.
They have TV, but nobody really cares about it. So as long as they cater to me with games, then they have me. For anything else, like movies and having my cable go through it, even though the Wii U gamepad makes for an excellent cable remote. It did. It actually really, it's pretty awesome. But
now, if they can render kind of like in The Lion King, the wildebeest stampede with cats, then we'll talk.
I fucking hate you. Enough with the cat shit, people. I hate cats. I hate them.
Fuck you, Bruin.
That's a screensaver on your Wii U handheld. Just a bunch of cats running across the bottom and a stampede.
I have 2 cats, and somehow Bill made it out like I have 1 million.
You remember when before the cable company shut down Google TV, what it could be isn't what it is because the networks and all the cable and, they fought them. But if, the next box or the PS4 are like everything runs through, there's multiple HDMI ins and it's a pass through for everything. And it enables all of that social networking. I'm watching TV, but the Xbox is also running. I can hit a button, do a web search real quick. If they actually make all of that work, again, I'll revisit my interest in the system. Because then, yes, games are second place, obviously, but I have my first place machine next to me. But if they can make that finally work, I'll reevaluate my interest in it. Because to me, it'd be nice on my television to just hit a button and be able to web search or check Reddit or tweet this screenshot or things like that.
You mean Miiverse?
Well, no, I mean...
Because I can post screenshots on Miiverse.
Better than that.
Bill?
Because does your Wii access your hard drive and allow you to play an MKV file?
I don't know.
My TV plays MKV files. If the consoles don't have proper codec support, again, gonna be bitchy about it.
Yeah, I highly doubt it does.
My fucking TV does, and it's 4 years old at this point.
So anyways, Kyle, why don't you tell them how they can get in contact with us so I can end this and go order a pizza?
All right, because I have a steak I should be eating.
It's cold, Kyle.
It is cold.
Like a peasant's
it was ready
death.
2 hours ago.
That's the way it should be, though.
No, because the fat... Oh, no, let's not get into it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay. You can contact us on Twitter. You can contact Josh at Nastro, myself at KR Duman, Bill at Billy Bill Black, or the podcast at Critical Strike. You can leave us a voicemail, which no one does, at 909-C-STRIKE or 909-278-7453. Or you can shoot us an email at cstrikepodcast@gmail.com.
Or as always, hit up Platform Nation. And if you want to have a good time, our favorite girls that used to be doing a podcast on Platform Nation now do the Hell Yeah podcast. I encourage you to listen to it because I like them.
Yeah, and you say nobody does, but guess what? We've been getting a lot of listener questions lately.
I know, and I'm horribly grateful for it. Especially grateful to all of them that made it this far.
I'm saying voicemails.
I'm fine with not getting voicemails because that means I have to actually edit more and do stuff.
That's true.
I like to listen to questions, though. We've been getting a shitload of them. Keep it up.
I am very grateful for them. A moment without lulls hopefully keeps up.
Yeah.
Any of you that would also like a moment, keep them coming.
Yep. All right, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks, and hopefully we are no longer sick.
Yay.
Our name's Kyle.
And we have clean pants.
So sick.
You poop your pants.
I hope you all shit your pants. All right, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.